Well, good afternoon, welcome to 5R and Riverland Football Live from the Berri Oval for the Fisher Cup. Nobby Norton, good afternoon to you.
G'day Lockie, g'day everyone. What a great day to be at the footy. Beautiful conditions here at the at RFL headquarters at Berri. Magnificent. The Oval looks magnificent. I've got a feeling, Lockie, that the Berri Oval looks better when we don't have rain.
Well, it is quite, as is a picture. It's, would you say, almost bowling, not quite bowling green flat, but certainly in that sort of territory.
It is. And look, both sides here today with, well, firstly, Berri, the form side, back-to-back wins against Loxton North, and then last week against Waikerie, down at Waikerie, returned to their home deck and looking to take on Barmera, who you'd say maybe jolted back into action after an unsuspecting loss at Loxton North last week.
It was a bit of a shock to some last week, but this is a season of Riverland football that no one can be underestimated, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and I know you've been saying it for quite a while, how this is the best season possibly in a decade. It could be longer. And look, I looked at the results even. I think 2 goals was the biggest margin of any game last week. And that was the one we went to at Waikerie. So, looking forward to this. Had a little bit of a mingle amongst the Barmera Monash Roos players prior to the game, only to hear them say, we're here to play today. So I'm wondering, being Fisher Cup, Berri currently have the Fisher Cup, Lockie, which they took it off Barmera down at Barmera in the last game they played last year.
Yeah.
And I think the Roos pretty keen to get that back. Here comes the toss. Are you watching it?
Yeah, just seeing what's going to go. Not a puff of breath
Up
here
it
at Berri
goes.
this afternoon.
Sam Butterworth makes the call and holds his arm out to say, I'm going towards 5RM end.
Yeah, the town end, the Fiedler Street end, whatever you'd like to call it.
As opposed to the river end.
Yeah, this oval, a true north-south orientation. And, is there an advantage either way this afternoon, Nobby? I've looked at the forecast. I can't see any wind popping up, so I think Sam just went, you know what, we might look into the sun maybe a little bit later this afternoon. I don't know.
I think you're right. An interesting inclusion in the Berri lineup for his debut game for the Demons is Jake Durden, former Murrayville Premiership player from last year. And he'll help out Thompson in the ruck today, Brodie Thompson. I think Jake my mail is he'll start on the bench and they'll switch their ruckman off the bench to start with.
Yeah, and Jake, of course, too, a lot of junior football at the Loxton Football Club, so he'll be a very handy in for the Berri Demons, and maybe one they maybe weren't thinking was going to be lining up for them towards the latter part of the end of the pre-season.
Yeah.
So a good little bonus there for the Berri Demons. They'll be up and about. Last 2 games, when we did the Waikerie Berri game last week at Waikerie, which was an absolute thrilling game of Riverland football, they'll take a lot of confidence out of that win.
Yeah, and down there last week it was all about the start, and we heard before the game, you and I were sort of snooping around the teams, doing what we do, and the talk in the Berri camp was, got to start well, got to come to play, got to put pressure on, and they did that, and they virtually led all game last week, and I'm looking for a bit more of the same today. It'll be interesting to see how Barmera Monash, perhaps, they've got a tendency to sort of keep things tied up and work into a game, whereas I think the Berri Demons lineup, they look to explode into a game from the start. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think they'll probably have a fair bit of advantage in the big man department against the Barmera Monash Blues side, Roos side, Lockie.
Yeah, and both sides, you look at the matchups, it's not really a game of matchups for me, Nobby. There's a lot of... what would you call it? Both sides have different strengths and weaknesses is probably the best way to describe it this afternoon. So, one to look out for. Look, the midfield's obviously going to be a big one today. Barmera's midfield, we know how good that's been over the last couple of years, led by their captain, Sam Butterworth. So, looking forward to seeing this game get underway here at Berri this afternoon. Good crowd in attendance here at Riverland Football League headquarters.
Demons got a very dangerous forward line with Lindsay Maroney and also Minchella.
Here we are, ball up underway. Austin gets a kick away for the Roos, inside attacking 50. They look hungry. This popped in front of Wadke. Has a shot on goal, going to the goal square, pushed forward from Barmera Monash. Kick on goal.
It was Ogle, was it?
I reckon it could be, or maybe, is it Max Petrole up forward?
Yeah, it is Petrole, yep.
There it is.
See, that was talking about quick start. There's the quick start. That was inside 60 seconds for the first goal of the match. And I think they've certainly come to play, like they said. today's the day they've come to play the Roos, and I think they've said that in more ways than one. Message offline last week was that Fraser Sampson welcomed a baby to the family, and that's why he was missing last week at Loxton North. He returns today to celebrate that, and they do so with the first goal of the match.
A good start for the Barmera Monash Roos away from home. They take the early advantage in Nobby Norton. It was a quick goal. We've seen a few quick goals this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And Wacky was onto that, and they centred the ball. Petrolo right there when it came to ground.
Now the tap away, and Austin gets another clearance. A bit of a soccer into the attacking 50 for the Barmera Monash Roos. Bops up right at the top of the key.
Yeah, Wacky in over the ball again, winning the free kick this time. He's become their main route forward.
He'll take the free, 55 out. Ooh, went to go right to the pocket. Oh, that's a shocking kick. Intercept from the Demons, who bomb it out of there into the centre square. There's a couple more big Roos here, though.
Yeah, nice tap out from Austin there, and the ball goes back in for Barmera Monash. Into Steve Burton at half forward. Looks up, goes forward, finds a player who can't quite get a handle on it. Out it comes again. Back in goes Burton. Centres the ball this time, in high, players fall over, out it comes from Berri through Mitchell Folds, playing half back, gets the handball across, out comes Thompson, gets it down the line. Tyson Lindsay couldn't bring that ball in, keeps control of it, gets up, kicks it forward, but only Barmera Monash players here. Picked up here by Cohen Harris, who goes into the middle on the switch, finds a teammate in the middle.
Barmera Monash go on the switch. They got a bit of space here. Finds Ricketts on right half forward. Drills it into the attacking 50. Intercept from the Berri captain, Shay Hawkins, who just holds it up for a second and says, cool your jets, boys.
He's their number one seeded player in my book, Lockie. Shay Hawkins. Great game last week, and in the hole again.
Best on ground. Goes right, clubroom side.
Rosenzweig out there wide, I think, with those pretty green boots on. Lockie, there's a marker for us.
Just looks to, and then decides to go down the line regardless. Right at centre wing. They all fly up. No one marked it. But Berri get the advantage, and they pop it out in front. Here he is, Maroney, back into the side today. Berri now on half forward. Turn back inboard. That was Benson, I reckon. He pops it up to the forward line. Lindsay's home, but that's going to roll out of bounds, and we'll get a throw in, I reckon.
A very dangerous forward presence, Tyson Lindsay. Kicked 3 goals last week and had 4 or 5 attempts, and at one stage was virtually the only player that got hold of the ball inside the Berri forward 50. And I think he'll prove the same danger today to Barmera. Ball up in the ruck, doesn't come out. That's holding the ball. Barmera Monash player had time, the umpire says. Didn't attempt to get rid of it in the first instance. So he's been penalised for holding the ball. Free kick going to the Demons, about 20 metres out. Very slight angle. Looks like Benson might be lining up for this. Can't quite pick up his number. He's got the pretty orange boots on. Yes, it is Benson. Will he put Berri on the scoreboard? Scores at the moment. Barmera Monash 1 goal. Berri yet to score. This might tie things up. Benson, easy shot at goal here for a player of his ability. Onto the left foot. Ooh, umpire runs right, but teammates happy. That's a goal. So here we are at AFL headquarters. Berri 1 goal, Barmera Monash 1 goal. Scores tied.
That's a cracking start to the Fisher Cup for 2025. Both teams hungry for the football. Great to see a contest early here at Berri. A couple of the matchups we are keeping an eye on. Forward line for Berri is going to be a big one for me. Tyson Lindsay, a hard player to shut down. Might not have many possessions in a game, but certainly gets value for money.
Needs space, and you see the forward line with this 6-6-6. It's chockers to start the quarter, but you'd be hoping that Berri empty out their forward line and leave it to him in a bit of a Lindsay's paddock.
Be a good one. Looks like Saxton Mitchell's got the job on Lindsay this afternoon. Probably be one of Barmera Monash Roos' better defenders this year.
Yeah, good stopper. We've seen him do jobs before, Lockie, and he's done a great job for his team. Doesn't mind sacrificing his own game for team cause.
Back in the middle it is, and we'll get a second ball up adjacent to the centre circle. Good tap from Austin, but it's Berri that paddled forward. And looks like we'll stop, and that's Jake Eagle, I reckon.
Yeah,
just picked up that one back into the side today.
Yep, a good presence at half forward. Boom, Thompson over the top of Austin, gets a hand on it. Ball comes out to Patrick Minchella. He jams it forward looking for his brother. Can't find anyone. Tackle wrapped up again. Gee whiz, the forward pressure from the Demons has been good. It's resulted in one goal already from a free kick for holding the ball against the Barmera Monash. Once again, they didn't let that ball come out of their forward line.
So ball up. Berri left forward pocket. Umpire's called something and Barmera Monash will take the free. Probably got out of that one.
Ruck infringement over the shoulder.
Luckily, say Austin takes the kick for Barmera. He brings it grandstand side. They take the ball up the wing, but intercept from Grieger from the Demons.
Untidy kick there from Ricketts. Turned it over.
Inboard quickly to Franks. And the Demons have got numbers here if they can move it quickly.
Looking in pretty good fettle, Geordie Franks. Haven't seen him look this fit for a while.
Inside 50, they all fly up. Minchella a target, pops forward. Demons look hungry. Good tackle from Lindsay, but umpire says my ball.
Gee, nice attack on the football there by Callum Lloyd too on that loose ball. Straight in after it. Up goes the ball, 30 metres out from the Berri goal. Ruckman up. Minchella up for Berri. Couldn't quite get it clear. Comes out from Barmera Monash this time. White kick in defence, kicks it out wide. Can't get it to a teammate. Berri in over it. Ball, another ball up here at between centre wing and half forward at the river end for Berri. Scores at 1 goal apiece. Tight game early. Ball moving fast, up and down.
Ball up. Berri look to take this one back inside 50, and they do through Grieger. Good spot up kick. Finds Minchella, and the Demons will go back for another shot.
Lovely foot pass there out of that ball up area. Excellent work, and Minchella on a strong lead. Darcy Minchella takes the mark 30 metres out. Home ground, you'd be thinking he'd be a good chance here, Lockie. That Jacob Grieger, that was an exceptional kick, wasn't it?
Oh, lovely spot up kick. Oh, I thought he was arguably probably Berry's equal best last week, but anyway.
He was in ours, but he didn't feature in theirs. Maybe they were rating him a bit high.
Minchella has the kick. Drifting back, might have gone a little bit wide.
Bent knee, Darcy Minchella tried to steer that one through rather than kick through it, and that's a behind. Takes Berri 1-1-7, leading Barmera Monash 1 goal only by a point. Through Rosenswide, picks up the kick out, across to Mar, slams it on the boot. Back in it goes to the forward 10. 10 metres out. Look, another one where Berri had first crack at the footy, couldn't pull the mark in, went to the Barmera Monash opponent, but Michael McRae was quickly onto his opponent. And the forward pressures are excellent by the Demons.
So, still got a ball up just outside Berry's goal, but Barmera Monash clear it out and they take it wide. Oh, couldn't quite mark it. Umpire pays it anyway.
Yeah, just a little bit late on the ball there. Mitchell Folds couldn't quite get a spoil away. Barmera take it out of half back. Another mark taken. They look like they got the ball in control here. Brings it back in the middle. But Berri player here. Plenty of Berri team players here. Can they get a handle on it?
Through the middle, and now Barmera Monash. Couple of link-up handballs.
Jordan DeMott putting the pressure on for the Demons, but can't. They're under the pump a little bit here, the Roos. Not getting it how they normally like it. Handball out to Sampson. Sampson over the top. This time to Tyler Whitbourne. Nice body work there by Mark. Out of bounds. This will be a boundary throw in right in front of us, Lockie, at the grandstand side.
And we will get a throw in, second throw in of the afternoon.
Pretty good game of footy. It's on.
It's good to see both teams hungry for the football. Good throw in. Tap forward from Berri. Couple of quick handballs. Maroney was tackled, and that's holding the ball.
Yeah, great tackle from Thomas Austin. Play on to advantage. Lucky drives it into the forward lines for Barmera. Hang on, this will be a free kick over the shoulder. Free kick going to Chris Bonney here up forward. To the veteran Chris Bonney. Gets a shot at goal from... He'll kick this from about 40 metres out. Going towards the town end. Distance won't be a problem. Trailing by 1 point, Barmera. Can they wrestle the lead back? Lovely kick off the boot. But goes left, and that's a point. That'll be 1 goal, 1 apiece here. It scores tied at RFL headquarters.
There we go. That's the football we like to see. A tight game early here at the Fisher Cup. Berri waste no time with the kick out. They take it left. Now they're going to go on the switch and bring it back in board. Dangerous kick, but Rosenswai takes the mark for Berri.
Gee, he gets possession after possession in that back line and coming forward, doesn't he, for the Demons?
a lot of the footy, which is good to see.
Another short pass across to a teammate in the back pocket over by the clubroom side. Tries to go to a teammate, but cut out this time by Steve Burton. Closing speed was pretty good. Managed to get reaching and get a hand on it. Knocked it out of bounds. It'll be another boundary throw in over in front of the coterie group there here at the Berri Oval.
Good crowd. A lot of Berri supporters back on board this year. Good to see. Still inside, Barmera Monash attacking 50. Looked dangerous here. Watke ran into a wall of players and he's been done holding the ball.
Yeah, this time he's on the receiving end of a tackle and coughs the ball up. Gee, he's been dangerous up forward for him, Matt Watke, though.
Very dangerous. You'd almost say he's probably Barmera's Tyson Lindsay when it comes to being a bit of a goal snake. Barmera Monash, they go on the rebound and they're going to go back inside 50. Good mark at half forward.
It's Thomas Austin getting a few touches early. Wheels onto the left foot, drives it long towards the goal square. Players fly, no one can bring it down. Handball comes out. Barmera player has a snap but can't get clear of the pack. Another good tackle. I think we're in for a ball up here. Another ball up right in the last line of defence for the Berri Demons.
Good to see a good contest early. This is 5RM Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark. A ball up deep in Barmera's attacking zone. No one grabbed that. Umpire's called holding on.
Austin took that ball out of the ruck, attempted to have a snap on goal, missed the ball, it was play on, but the opposing ruckman just kept hold of him, and now he's going to pay the penalty for holding the man without the ball free kick after the ball had left Austin's possession. Shot at goal from 15 metres out, virtually in front. This was the chance for Barmera Monash to grab the lead for the second time today. He doesn't make any mistake, Austin. Drills that one, taking the score to 2 goals, 1-13, leading Berri 1-1-7 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Both teams have had a fair bit of it. Barmera Monash making the most of it early.
Those tall players up forward are being a problem for Berri, as is not the tall player, but the shorter player, Matthew Watke, who's basically roaming the forward lines for the Roos, giving them an option everywhere. And when there is no option, they will go long to the goal square looking for their talls. Their resting ruckman at full forward. It was Bonnie the previous play, Austin that play. Bonnie back into the ruck against Thompson in the middle of the ground.
Back in the middle, the ball will go. We'll get another centre ball up. The visiting Barmera Monash Roos with the lead. It's Durden in the ruck now for the Demons. Gets a good kick up to half forward. Now Rosenzweig inside attacking 50 from Berri. Kicks from 55. This one could roll through. No, it can't. Lindsay's looking dangerous. They're all in there. A kick it from the corner. But intercept from Barmera Monash. Deep in defence.
Sampson this time looks up. It's Sampson, sorry, on the end of this pass. Takes the mark at half back. That was Butterworth back pass it to him. Quickly they move the ball across. Rory Moore, true centre half back for Barmera. He's called to play on. Goes out the far side of the oval. But Berri with the numbers over here. This time it was Jordan DeMott. He finished the game quite well but couldn't get clear. Barmera take possession, drive it forward. But only as far as Jacob Grieger. Rules onto his left foot. Finds a teammate but not 15 metres. Sudden the ball up to Benson who takes the mark at half forward for Berri. He looks up. Short pass to Lindsay on the long lead. Clever use of the ball, but cut out. This time Rosenzweig following down the footy, picks it up and drives it to the goal square for Berri. Up they go. No one can take it. Ricketts tries to come away with it. Handball's out towards Ogle. Another handball onwards. Butterworth in defence. Looks up.
Back in board. Went through, clean bowled. Peter Safrolides from Berri was there, but now it's been picked up by Max Petrole from Barmera. He got a kick away, but it was a bit wobbly. Now Peter Saff on half back, goes inboard. This is going to go straight to Barmera Monash, and it does.
And they play on too. This is Steve Burton in the middle. Takes a bounce, handball over the top to Tony Drugamuller. Looks up and hits on the chest. I think, is that Mitch Wellington or down there?
I think he's out. Mitch Wellington out of the side today.
Who's that?
That is Max Petrole.
Yeah, gee whiz, he covered ground quickly. He's over on our half forward flank this time. And kept the wheels moving. Good play there by Burton to intercept that ball and get that run forward going.
Having a good start of the game.
Yeah, has another shot at goal. This time I think he's missed to the left. takes the score to 2-2-14. Barmera Monash leading Berri 1-1-7 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
5RM Riverland football for McDonald's at Renmark. And check out the McCafe Barista Made coffee, just the way you like it. Jacob Grieger for Berri takes the kick out, finds a teammate unopposed in the, that's Evan Penaluna at left half back. Small little over the top. Finds Durden having an impact early in his first game in the navy and red inboard to Geordie Franks.
Brother-in-law Geordie Franks, keeping it in the family.
Small little chip along the ground. Geordie, we're not playing soccer today, that's tomorrow. And now we're going to get a ball up, are we? Umpire says, I'll have it. Tony Florence, I like that. Give the players a bit of a chance to get rid of it.
And to quote the old Sandy Roberts saying, stacks on the mill there at the far side. Up the wall goes, no one able to get it out. Umpire Florence says, I'll have it again, boys. Up she goes until one of you gets clean possession and gets it out of this congestion. Up it goes on the far side. Durden over the top, reaches through, punches it forward towards the goals, but only as far as the Barmera Monash opponent. It will now be a boundary throw-in. The ball going out of bounds at centre wing, headquarters side.
So a tight game early. The visiting Barmera Monash Roos with the advantage just. They take this one through the centre. Lovely kick forward. Joey Ricketts having an absolute ripping game so far today. Went to go right, then went left. Tricked his opponent. Kick in 50, not great, but turns around. There's Jack Austin. And he was smothered his kick. But Barmera Monash are still hungry for this one. They're going to bring it back inboard. A couple of dish-out handballs. They've taken this one wide. Now they bring it back inboard. And a good mark inside attacking 50, and they're going to have a shot at goal, and I reckon that is...
I reckon that might be Hayden Johns in number 13, Lockie, is my tip. Because there isn't a 13 listed on the team sheet.
Well, we were told 29 before, yeah. So yep, I'll take your word for that one.
I'm going with that. But great play by Burton again, intercepted and used the ball by getting it back in the middle. Boom.
It's on the way.
Through she goes.
Looks all right. Get around him.
I'm giving it to him until we find otherwise, Lockie, which takes the score to 3-2, is it? 3-2-20. Barmera Monash leading Berri 1-1-7 on the Berri Better scoreboard. I've opened a bit of a gap here. I guess from Berri's perspective, they need to get one forward and get a goal back as quick as they can. Mind you, it's a pretty exciting game of footy. The ball's moving around.
Moving quick, and I was going to touch on this before the game. The nature of the Berri Oval with the deep pockets, there isn't really a centre corridor, so teams can go deep in attack a lot easier from the full width of the ground, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, what you're saying is there's plenty of room in the pockets.
Yeah, it's not the square sides like the old Adelaide Oval.
Yep.
Back in the middle it goes. Over halfway in this first quarter, Geordie Franks for Berri. Good clearance up inside attacking. Finds Minchella. Great mark. And that could be a mark of the day contender early.
Now he needs to kick through this. This is about very similar spot that he had his previous shot from, where he tried to steer the ball with a bit of a bent knee. If he can just kick through this, try and kick it in the river, he might be a better chance.
Calling for the river.
Well, he's got to make out he's trying to kick it to the river instead of just to the goal square.
Just pick out one of the swans in the background there.
That's a better kick. That's a much better kick, Lockie. Much better kick. Through it goes.
It.
There's the answering goal for the Berri Demons. Takes him to 2-1. Is it? Yep, 2-1-13 to Barmera Monash 3-2-20. That narrows the gap back to the game we're looking for.
Good to see. This is 5RM Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark.
That's twice
around the 20-minute mark.
Twice the ball's gone forward to Minchella on a lead or a mark. 3 marks he's taken inside the forward 50. 1 goal, 1. He has a presence in their Berri forward line. And he's something for... You can see Franks go straight in with that long kick, looking for Minchella. Gave him a chance, put it up in front of him, and he did the rest.
Good to see. So back to the middle it goes. Barmera Monash with the advantage, but only just. Berri, good little bit from Grieger and Thompson teaming up. Geez, they look dangerous here. Langford inside 50. Over the top it goes, spilling to the left forward pocket for Berri. Barmera Monash trying to paddle it to the boundary. Wrapped up and tackled they went, and we'll get a ball up. 20 out from the Berri goal.
Dangerous looking Demons when they move the ball quickly like that out of the middle, and Thompson took that ball out of ruck. Grieger ran off him and took the ball, and they moved that very quickly with Langford running off half back. Up it goes in the Berri forward lines. Barmera come out with a kick, a scrubby kick to no one in particular. Back to Grieger, handball to a teammate, handball to Thompson. They've retreated, but they're back to the centre. This time Hawkins grabs it, shoots the ball across to Safrolides in a bit of space. He looks up looking for Lindsay. He's in front of his man. Takes control of it as he does cleverly. Shoots it back across the middle looking for the big fella, but this time cut out by a Barmera Monash teammate. Nice try there by Lindsay. It's Johns again, I think, at this time at half back. Nice try by Lindsay to centre the ball and find a taller teammate, but cut out by Barmera. He shoot the ball across half back, this time to Jack Albrick at half back. He looks up, short passes it to a teammate coming down the wing. Barmera keep possession, but not much closer to goal.
This is 5RM Riverland football. Up to... Oh, they all flew up.
Saf. He's winding the clock back a bit there. Peter Safrolides up over the pack. Couldn't quite drag it in.
It's good to see. Still a few years left. First Peter Saf.
Ageless. Timeless.
A ball up and Thompson for Berri. Takes it down the eastern wing. Bombs it inside 50. Minchella the target. Got one hand to it. Barmera Monash scrambled for it to clear it out. Couldn't get a kick away. Now they get a couple of handballs out the back and they just pop it over the top.
Albrick to Sampson. Sampson fires the handball out wide. Barmera keeping this ball on the move. This is Butterworth with it. He handballs back to Ogle. Ogle for Barmera Monash. Looks up. Goes short. Finds a teammate on centre wing, and that's Jack Austin. He looks up. Moves it on again to number 13, who I've got down as Hayden Johns. Picking up many kicks. Both ends of the ground.
Just drills it down the line. Smart play this stage of the quarter. Oh, there he is. But Peter Safrolides takes the mark of the day already and gets it on quickly inside defensive 50. Shea Hawkins, he couldn't quite grab it, but he had enough space. Has it bounce. Brings it down the grandstand wing, but then decides to go inboard to Benson.
She's moving the ball well, both sides here. Looking to move it quickly and get it to the advantage. Cross the ground, but only as far as Barmera coach Sampson. He cuts this out at half-back, looks back up, finds Watke in the middle. He plays on straight away going forward. Can't get it to his teammate. Cut out by Berri. That's Penaluma this time. Series of handballs. Oh, Benson misses that handball. But back goes Barmera. Grieger this time. Shoots the handball back out to DeMott. He can't get clear. That'll be a ball up 45 metres out from the Barmera Monash goal going towards the town end.
This is 5RM Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark, getting close to quarter time. A couple of big games going on around the Riverland today. We'll get some updates soon. Ball up, still in attacking 50 for Barmera Monash. The Rouge look hungry. Can they snag one before the quarter is out?
Ball comes out of the pack.
Decide against that, charging for it. And that was Ma. And umpire Todd Charlton says, my ball.
Tried to wrestle himself clear from the Barmera tackle, but couldn't get clear. So up goes the ball. Thompson late to the ruck contest, gets a hand on it, but can't get it clear of the contest. Great duel in ruck by the 27s in Thompson and Austin.
Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup to watch today. Berri clear it out through Langford. Bombs it to the left forward flank.
Durden left on the resting in the forward lines. I think Minchella
one on to two and he dives on it. They're going to save something out of this.
Their forward pressure's been exceptional, Berri. Even the big fellas in over the ball, tackling, keeping it on.
It's an interesting dynamic.
Durden up, takes the hit out at half forward for Berri, but can't get it to a teammate. Barmera come clear of the pack with it. Chain of handballs. Not a great kick out, but to Thomas Austin, who had time to pick it up. Goes back to Fraser Douglas onto his left foot. Oh, wonderful kick forward. Finds a teammate running in the same direction of the kick. And that looks like Rory Moore, is it?
Oh, yeah, it's not Dane Austin, it's Rory Moore.
Rory Moore at half forward. He'll have a shot at goal after the siren here at quarter time, with the score currently Barmera Monash 3-2-20, leading Berri 2-1-13 on the Berri Better scoreboard. Will the Berri Better scoreboard change after this kick?
Yeah, that will be a dynamic one to watch out. There's going to be a fair kick here. Oh, there's kids on the ground having a kick and a catch, not realising it's still got a live ball going on here. Good to see, though.
Yeah. More unflappable on this shot for goal. He didn't even realise they were there. Comes in, puts the ball on its way. It looks pretty good off the boot, but drifting, not going the distance. So no score. So the score did stay at Barmera Monash. That's a point. Sorry, 3-3-21 to Berri 2-1 13 on the Berri Better scoreboard, so an 8-point lead to Barmera Monash at quarter time.
This is 5 over Riverland football. We'll go back to the sideline view studio where Trevor Scott is looking after things today. Trevor Scott, back to you. Thank you, Trevor Scott. Yeah, it's a great contest. Both teams still in their respective coach huddles. Berri Demons rocking the big whiteboard that they show up that everyone can see. Barmera Monash, a bit more of a traditional setup with maybe the A4 size whiteboard. These are the observations that no one else picks up at Riverland football. Nobby Norton.
Goal kickers for Barmera Monash. All singles to Petrole, Jack Austin and Tyler Whitbourne's number 13. So apologies to Ty, and he's played pretty well too today, kicked the goal. For Berri, goals to Darcy Minchella and Matt Benson, who have both started pretty well up forward for their respective teams. Some of the better players for both sides. I thought Rosenswide's been solid for Berri. Hawkins a little bit. Minchella as a presence up forward, as I said. Jacob Grieger, Lockie, I know he's a bit of a favourite of 5RM sports of football, but I think he's done plenty. As has Matt Benson, had a few good touches early. And Jake Durden, the first gamer in ruck, has got his hands on it a couple of times. For Barmera Monash, Watke great. Whitbourne, I've mentioned, has played pretty well. Butterworth's had a few kicks. Steve Burton's been instrumental in some of their forward moves. And Max Petrole's touched a bit of it too, Lockie. And in ruck, no dominant ruckman at the moment. I think it's a great tussle between Austin and Bonnie from Barmera Monash and Thompson. And the new fella Jake Durden from Berri. And here we go again, second quarter.
Looking forward to it. 5 RM Riverland football. Good number of supporters just leaving the field, which is great to see. And we are underway here in the second quarter Fisher Cup for 2025. Umpire Linky balls it up. Good ball up and a good tap from Brodie Thompson. And it's Barmera Monash that get a couple of hands on it, and they
Wilden at half-back.
Yeah, good little intercept off the deck from Wilden on half-back. It goes a quick 45 angle kick, but intercept from Berri.
There's one of our marks of the day contenders. Jordan Maher on the wing looks up, moves the ball straight back in the middle and finds Patrick Minchell. Was under pressure, took a solid mark, drives the ball forward, this time finds out there, it looks like it might have been, I reckon it might be McRae that was with the ball, and he shoots it forward and finds Minchella on a lead.
Darcy Minchella this time.
Yeah, Darcy takes another strong mark up forward. This will be his 4th mark of the game. He is a very dangerous forward. We haven't seen Tyson Lindsay get much of it because they've been looking for Darcy Minchella, but Lindsay's turn will come. 3rd shot at goal for Minchella today. He's kicked 1-1 already.
It's a fair angle, kicking from, what would you say, 35, 40 out?
Yeah.
From the
distance won't be a problem.
Right forward pocket. Puts it on the boot. That's a lovely kick.
Accuracy. The umpire likes it. He likes it. First goal in the second quarter. Takes Berri to 3-1-19, trailing Barmera 3-3-21. A 2-point game here on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Good to see. This is the way we like Riverland football on a Saturday afternoon here at 5RM. Nice and tight, close, contested, and a lot of action. Just
for those statisticians around listening in, yes, that's right. Minchella's kicked the last 2 goals of the game to tighten things right up for Berri.
Certainly been a very handy in the off-season for the Berri Demons after a year of league football at West Adelaide.
Yeah, playing very well, giving them an option up forward, but don't count Tyson Lindsay out yet. When that ball hits the deck, he'll be back in. Thompson up this time in the middle, gets his hand on it and follows it up. Takes possession of it, gets the handball out. This time to Moroney, he's up in the middle. He looks up, shoots the ball forward, looking for Minchella again, but overshoots him. That was McRae come out with that, but couldn't get a handle on it. And Barmera rebound. It's Joe Ricketts. Shoots it up the centre wing, taken by Barmera. On again.
Through up to the left forward flank for Barmera Monash. That was a white cue that just bombed it around the corner. It was a wobbly old kick, but it drifted around some players, and now Ricketts tries to pick it up off the deck. Dishes up in front of Saxton Mitchell.
Through it goes.
Slots a goal, and the defender gets
He's
pretty
happy about that.
I think a few people knew that he's probably spent most of his career in the defensive 50, so
he's heading back to defence, but not without a few high fives on the way.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. That was Steve Burton with that one.
Steve Burton, was it? He's been dangerous all day up there, Lockie, for Barmera early in the game, but a real presence up forward. He arrests the onslaught by Berri to take the lead back solidly for Barmera Monash.
Apologies, didn't have my binoculars for that one just before. I do now.
Scoreboard's all astray here. They've given that goal to Berri, but it's actually Barmera Monash leading 4-3-27, leading Berri 3-1-19.
Yeah, an 8-point ball game.
Out it comes out of the middle again. This time Barmera through Rory Moore from the middle, shoots the ball forward. Can't find a teammate. Ball taken by Rosensrod, wrestles himself out of the pack. Out it comes again. Safalides with the relieving free kick for Berri, but can't find anyone. Thompson in there. Umpire's played a throw, and then he's played advantage. It really wasn't one. Back it comes to Rory Moore, who goes long to the River goal score. And a lovely mark taken by Chris Bonney. Looking into the sun, had to wrestle off a couple of opponents. One with his back to the ball, who was actually not looking at it. And Chris has taken a solid mark here with his right arm. Goes back for a shot at goal. Thinking this is probably one of the worst places on the oval to have a shot from.
Kicking it from a 45-degree angle from the right forward pocket. It's a short kick.
Oh, no trouble for Chris Bonney. Drives it through.
He wasn't going to miss that one. Barmera Monash extend the lead. Now out to 14 points on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Yeah, Minchella started with the first goal of the quarter for Berri, but 2 quick answering goals, one from Burton and one from Bonney, to extend that lead out to 5-3-33, leading Berri 3-1-19. Putting a bit of space on it. And I think that was the scoring end there, the river end, Lockie. So Berri perhaps not making the most of it in the first quarter, but look, virtually no breeze here. You'd wonder why it is a scoring end, because there's no conditions favouring either end.
No, and the sun doesn't impact either end at this ground because it's a true north-south trajectory. So anyway, back to the middle it goes. 5 minutes gone. Second quarter Riverland footy on 5RM from McDonald's Renmark. Berri need to answer soon. Good tap from Thompson. Bombs it out in front. unable to pick that one up off the deck. And we'll have a ball up in the
I noticed Benson into the middle in the place of Franks. They like having that big body around the football, Berry. Up it goes again. Thompson again up. Go hand to it. Through comes the Berry player. Bombs it forward.
And that was Sampson. We got a handball away when he was tackled, but I reckon he's going to get a free kick here for after disposal.
Yeah, Lindsay hanging on too long to the Barmera coach. It'll come back to him.
And Fraser Sampson with a free kick, defensive 50. Just pops it left. Finds a teammate in Moore, who's having a bit of an impact today. Yeah. And gets told to play on. Brings it grandstand wing. Looks for Bonnie.
Yeah, too tall for his opponent from Maroney, and takes a nice mark. Shoots it back into the middle to Burton.
It bombs it around the corner. Inside attacking 50. That was Chris Bonnie, couldn't quite mark it. One hand, one bounce doesn't count in this game, and we'll get a ball up just inside attacking 50 for the Roos.
Tried to pull that in with the second grab, but couldn't quite get a handle on it in between.
So 33 plays, 19 on the Berri Bitter scoreboard. Monash with the advantage. No one really able to get advantage out of that ball up, and we'll go again. This time just outside. Barmera's attacking 50.
Benson wrapped up by Butterworth. Ball up again. Thompson with another big hit out towards his going goals. Taken by Fraser Douglas, who was instantly wrapped up by Rosenswad. Be another ball up here at half forward for Barmera.
Just on 7 minutes gone. Thompson taps backwards, finds Rosenswag, who gets it out to Shea Hawkins, who kicks it to the broadcast wing, and that goes out of bounds. Maroney the target, but it's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, a bit unlucky there from Maroney. Made great position over the ball and got a bit of a shove in the back, but umpire couldn't see it from that far away. For a little fellow, used his body very well. Kick short, couldn't be taken by Barmera by Jack Austin there. He speared the ball, went to ground, Berry player onto it. That was, I reckon that was Mitch Folds, wrapped the ball up. There'll be another ball up here at centre wing.
Good jump from
Folds comes out of the pack with the footy. That hits Justin Bonnie from Barmera on the chest of half-back. He plays on straight away.
Brings it inboard to the centre square. Unable to mark it, Barmera Monash. That was Wilden. He got it out to Watke. Kick smothered. It doesn't matter because Patrolway picks it up off the deck and drills it up forward anyway. There's Holtham for Berry. He couldn't quite grasp it. Now Burton running inside attacking 50 for the Barmera Monash Roos. Has a shot from 15 out and is missed to the left.
Gets it behind on the scoreboard, takes Barmera to 5-4-34, leading Berry 3-1-19 on the Berri Better scoreboard. Looked dangerous when they move it quickly. I thought Berry were a bit unlucky here. They could have almost chopped that out, but just goes to show if you don't take clean possession, Barmera will make you pay.
15-point margin. Berry take the kick out and go right. Back pocket in Peter Safralides. He just pops it up the line, not really to anyone, and it's been intercepted by Fraser Sampson for Barmera Monash.
Starting to work himself into the game, the coach.
Pops it inside, attacking 50, and I reckon that's Joey Ricketts that's picked that one up.
No, it's Warnett, I think.
Sorry,
Lucas Warnett. Both wearing the same hairdo. Long and scraggly.
So Lucas Warnett with the ball. Fancies himself for a goal here. He's got it just on the painted 50.
I reckon he's a left footer too, isn't he? So he's on the right side for a left footer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, the left forward pocket. Boom, gives it a roost. It's a fair kick. Has it got the journey? Oh! Berry actually keep it inboard, and then Peter Safralides just has to show the young fellas how to rush it behind.
That was Thompson up with the big one-armed tentacle there and tried to drag in. He did drag that in on the podium for Mark of the Day.
So when all of that are behind a Barmera Monash, takes them to 5-5 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Rosenswad brings it out to half-back to the defensive 50. Teammate takes a nice mark there. They look up, looking into a bit of sun, but not a lot. Ball goes across this time to Safralides at a half-back. Getting a few touches, the veteran.
Just looking for an option here. He hasn't really got anyone screaming for it. Concedes ground, goes backwards. A dangerous kick. But he trusts his teammate.
Hugo Krieger takes it. He moves it straight on with a handball to Rosenswad. They're still looking for a way through this Barmera Monash centre line, I think. Rosenswad's back out there towards the far side where it all started from. Berri take it up, Moroney in, but 3-on-1 against him. He had no hope there. Ball comes back from Barmera. They drive it in deep. Fisted out by Berri to Ma to Thompson. Thompson to Rosenswag. Tries to go around someone.
There's Patrick Minchella. Takes it wide. Moroney couldn't run onto it. Saxton Mitchell trying to pick it up. He was taken to ground. A handball out from Berri. Sam Butterworth for Barmera Monash gets a kick away. Chris Bonney, the target, went straight through him, and now Rosenswag's got the ball back where he had it about a minute ago.
Shoots it short to Patrick Minchella, who's playing in the middle of the ground, playing centre, I reckon, today, Lockie, starting to pick up some important touches. He drives it long to half forward, but over the head of his brother, straight to his opposition.
35 plays 19 on the Berri scoreboard. Now in defensive 50 for Barmera Monash. They work it across the line. And that's Joey Ricketts now.
Justin Bonney to Joey Ricketts. He comes down the line looking for and finding, stretching out the number 11 Tony Drugamore on this centre wing. He looks up, shoots it in short to Jack Austin. It bounces, the umpire pays it, but he plays on anyway.
Drills it inside. Oh, they flew up. That was raw net, but it's Rosenswag for Berri that gets a toe to it, pushes it wide, but now it's been brought back in board. Minchella trying to work this one through a sea of players.
Excellent.
Gets it out to Durden for Berri, who pops into a bit of space. Now Thompson, can he go back in board? He does. Kicks it inside, attacking 50. Can someone get under that for Berri? No, they can't. Fraser Sampson, a bit of friendly fire. They clash there. Now Butterworth for Barmera. Finds Watke in the middle. Dishes the handball to Justin Bonney right on the cricket pitch. Now decides to bring it back broadcast side.
Lovely spoil by DeMott from Berri there. Ball comes loose again. Ma gets a hand on it but can't get free. Great contest.
We've got a game on this afternoon. 35 plays 19 on the Berri scoreboard.
That was very clever work by Patrick Minchella. Just a little tap out. Won't get a stat for it, but it was very clever work. Ball comes out of the
big, gives it a big roost. Now Berri trying to work that one through.
Bonney comes out with it. Can't get it to a teammate. Ball comes loose. In goes Patrick Minchella again. Gets the ball short to a teammate. Reckon that might be Folds.
Yeah,
looks up.
Folds.
Finds Geordie Franks on a lead. He turns around straight away looking for Tyson Lindsay. Goes back under his opponent. Picks up the loose ball. Drives it towards goal. Gee whiz, Lockie, that would have been goal of the day. Point post, that'll be out of bounds on the full.
And we'll get a kick in for Barmera Monash, who wastes no time. Inboard to Chris Bonney, who pops it up, looking for Tony Drugamore, who
takes
marks paid just on the boundary. At the right back flank.
Looks short.
Kicks to a bit of a contest, but doesn't matter because
Hayden Johns
into the side today. Goes left, intercept from Thompson for the Berri Demons on half forward. Dribbles inside 50, looking for Minchella. Minchella a little bump out the way and takes the mark, and he's going to go back for another go.
Gee whiz, he had Cohen Harris covered them height, strength and time there. He'd be at least in the old measure, 25 centimetres tall, you think? 20?
Oh, yeah.
Arms up at another 10 or 15 centimetres?
It was almost in slow motion the way Minchella got that one, just sort of popped him out at the right time. Has the shot almost directly in front, and another goal.
Kicks his third goal, his second for the quarter. That closes the gap a little bit, takes the margin back to 4-1-25 Berri. Trailing Barmera Monash 5-5-35, a 10-point margin on the Berri scoreboard.
Yeah, 14 minutes played. Second quarter Riverland footy on 5RM. Murray Pioneer man of the match. Going to be a tough award again this afternoon. Nobby, I'll give you 10 points because last week you got the best on ground for one of the sides as the Murray Pioneer man of the match. So,
well, hopefully we pull it off today because we've got Lockie Dan near us. So
yeah, no pressure at all. It's a bit like a spot audit today to make sure it's all good. Of course, you won't miss any footy action this Wednesday in the Pioneer, but it's back underway right now. Both ruckmen try to tap at it. That was Jack Sampson in there for Barmera Monash. Looking for Grieger and Berri get a little paddle out the side there. Good bit of play. That was Lloyd. I reckon that's McRae. Bombs it long.
Bombs it long, leaves it right. Unfortunate. Another behind takes Berri to 4-2. 26 trailing Barmera Monash 5-5-35. 9-point margin here on the Berri scoreboard.
Close game, Riverland footy, just the way we like it. 15 minutes played. Sampson now, the Barmera Monash coach in defensive 50. Spot kick right. Good little kick up. Finds Jack Albright.
Yeah, that's the outlet kick every time, isn't it? The Barmera Monash always have someone sitting boundary side as a release kick. Jack comes down the line, but can't find it. A bit of a wobbler. Ogle picks it up first, shoots the handball across.
Moore was tackled, but Langford for Berri gets that. Boundary umpires called it, and it probably did go out of bounds. I see Fraser Sampson do that, and I can't help but remember all those times when we saw him do that with one of our favourites from Renmark, Ricky Garrett.
Yeah.
It was
just
Sampson to Garrett
just
every
a release
time.
off half back.
Yeah.
Thompson in the ruck, but this time can't get it through. Sampson comes out of the pack with the footy, goes short, but can't find anyone in the middle. Through comes Rosenzweig again, and this time DeMott lifts his head, can't get anyone, but through for Berri is their number 6 to Eagle, who's had a bit of an influence on the game.
Yeah, back into the A-grade side today, which is good to see. So a ball up, still in the centre square. Slight advantage to the Berri end, who are kicking to the town end this quarter. A soccer off the ground from Barmera Monash up to half forward. Through the middle it goes.
It was Lachlan Marks grabbing that ball for Barmera. One grabbed it, shot the handball out. This time it goes forward towards Thomas Austin.
What are they going to do here? They're taking the ball to the left forward pocket, Barmera Monash. Holding the ball to the call. Right,
Berri player had hold of it and hatched it.
That was Ma who's getting off the deck there. So what are they going to do with this one? We'll kick up to the top of the square. They all flew up. No one able to really take a distinctive mark. So looks like we're going to get a ball up inside the goal square for Barmera Monash.
Berri players in the van there, but couldn't quite pull the ball down. Almost spilled to a Barmera player. Gave him an easy shot at goal, but not quite.
Austin tried to pluck it out of the ruck and kick it through, but it didn't quite work.
Rosenzweig thrown over the boundary line for a point for Renmark. Got a touchdown.
Barmera Monash.
Barmera Monash, a point for Barmera.
The distinction between navy blue and royal blue can be a bit confusing at the moment. Nubby, I'll give you that one.
He touched it down, but it was in the defensive area. Ball comes out this time again to Eagle, I think, isn't it? Lockie drives it up the half-back line. Oh, no, it would have been Langford.
Flew over the back of the pack. Now Butterworth. Dish out to
Sampson to Bonnie.
Inboard to Bonnie. Burton running past for the handball. Kicks inside 50. Get under that. Good luck. And that's going to go out of bounds if this one wobbles any further, and it will.
That's Sampson to Bonnie to Burton through the middle there was like a training drill almost, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit of a dummy contest and a couple of quick link-up handballs and a kick. 18 minutes played, second quarter Riverland footy on 5am for McDonald's Renmark. Ball in, deep in attack for Barmera Monash. They lead by 10.
DeMott brings it out.
Finds Langford. That was a bit of a ricochet mark, but he's been paid.
Looking for an option, can't find one, so he's been called to play on. Goes back across the ground. Pressure from Ogle, but the ball goes out to the far side.
Oh, DeMott. Oh, not paid. A couple of bites at it.
Back in it comes. Handball shoots out. Barmera Monash player running past. That's Burton this time, I reckon.
Yeah, that's Burton. He's kicked it.
He's happy with that because he missed you'd say a pretty simple shot when he was all on his own. This time under pressure, makes no mistake. And pretty happy about it too. Takes Barmera 6-5-41, is it?
That's what I've got.
6-5.
I've got 6-6.
6-6-42, of course. To Berri, 4-2-26.
The official score might be one behind. Behind.
It is.
Hopefully they can sort that out at half time.
So
but anyway,
15-point margin to. Isn't it? 16 points.
16.
Yes, 16-point margin to Barmera Monash here. Best part of the second quarter played.
12 scoring shots to 6. Barmera Monash with the upper hand at that. Not really the most efficient side, but they're getting a lot of it. Berri, can they salvage something before half time? We've seen some promises.
It's a great game of footy. 11 shots on goal, played 6. If you were watching Barmera Monash a year ago, you'd be thinking they'd be lucky to kick 6 for a whole game.
Well, they won a grand final with 5.
Yeah. If they come out, it comes again lucky. Yeah.
Inside attacking 50. It was a wobbly old kick and a great, well, not paid, it was Penaluna. Gets a handball out to Grieger. Defence for Berri. Pushes up the line, straight through him. Maloney's going to run under that. He's got the legs. Was sort of pumped out the way, pushed. He's going to get the free kick, and that was there. play on advantage. Rosenzweig kicks it up to right half forward and intercept from Fraser Sampson for the Roos.
He looks up, goes straight across the middle, finds Thomas Austin. He comes further wide to Trent Ogle in a paddock. Just needs to keep it in bounds, and he does. Looks up, goes short.
Up. And Patrol, in the pink boots today.
In the pink boots, yeah. Been lively at half forward. This time he goes forward looking for Bonnie up forward. Can't get his, Austin couldn't get his hands on it. DeMott back on it for Berri. Tries to come out of the pack, but without the footy. Loose to Grieger, Jacob. Cross and finds Mitch Folds at half back for Berri.
So the Berri Demons with the ball deep in defence, trying to work it up the line, and not paid was the mark. It was a bit of a contest. Now Barmera Monash, they go on the rebound.
With numbers, but Berri with fight.
Pick up off the deck. Berri was McRae, worked it over the line, and they'll get a ball in. Berri probably got away with that, not too bad.
Yeah, nice intercept by McRae there. They were outnumbered, so to get that boundary throw in is a win for Berri.
Yeah, 21 minutes played, second quarter Riverland footy on 5RM.
16 points the margin here at Berri.
So ball in. No ruckman wanted to get their hand on it. Barmera Monash, Wacky gets around one, has a bounce over the painted 50. He was tackled as he kicked it. No one home for Barmera Monash in the square, and Berri bomb it back where it came from.
Bit unlucky there, Wacky. Two hands stretched out like that, pushing him in the back. Probably free kick should have come back to him.
Folds in the right back pocket. Kicks it up the eastern wing. That's wobbling out of bounds. Barmera Monash thinking not. And now Fraser Sampson again does the switch up. And we're seeing this again. It's a bit of a spot play. Ogle.
In the middle, yep. He looks around. Plenty of options, but goes back to the coach Sampson on the wing. All on his own in space. He goes long and direct this time. Looking for Watke, but cut out by Grieger. Couldn't bring the mark in. Ball gets moved off the ground. Patrole on his left foot. No, this is Patrole. Sorry, I don't know who it was. I think it was, I reckon it was Tyler Whitbourne on his left foot, hit up and got Patrole on a strong lead. And now they're back and take a shot for goal 35 metres out at the river end to extend this 16-point lead of Barmera Monash is in the second quarter.
It's a bit costly for Berri if this one goes through. It's a fair kick. Gives it a bit of a roost. It's not going to make the journey, and that's gone over the lot of everyone and out of bounds, and that should be a free kick to Berri.
Out of bounds off hands, the umpire's called. Boundary throw in.
So a boundary throw, and as you said, 23 minutes played, second quarter, half-time wouldn't be too far away. Ball in. Austin got a tap forward, intercept, kick out of the bottom of the deck, and now Marks. Berri not paid. I think it was 15.
I think it was touched off boot. Almost looked like it was going to be a freak goal from where we were sitting, but well short on distance. Will be a ball up. 15 metres out from the Barmera Monash goals, river end of the ground, them leading by 16 points here in the second quarter.
Austin tried to clunk it out of the ruck and kick it again, but he was tackled. That's wobbled through for behind. And that is 6-7 on the Berri Better scoreboard, 17 the margin.
6-7, 43 leading Berri, 4-2-26 on the Berri Better scoreboard. Berri need to hang on, Rocky, till half-time and reset. Rosenzweig across the half-back line. Finds Hawkins. He's taking his time. Looking up, has DeMott a fair way away. I don't think he can kick it that far. Goes short, finds Adam Langford.
He's had a fair bit of it in the back lines today.
Comes down the line looking for Geordie Franks over his head. In goes Archie Holtham after this. Didn't quite recognise Archie, they reckon.
No.
He's had a bit of a hairdo, I reckon.
Getting a fair bit of it today.
Yeah, he's had a bit of it. I've been calling him DeMott, but it's Langford.
So ball up, broadcast wing. Barmera Monash, Douglas tries to work it through, now in attacking 50. Rosenzweig was there. Now Patrolway trying to get this one. Rosenzweig had it again. A tackle with the ball. Calling, holding the ball, but umpire says, nope, I'll ball it up.
He's getting plenty of it, Rosenzweig, which tells you he's spending plenty of time in the Barmera Monash attacking area.
Barmera Monash, wobbly old kick out of the pack. Siren sounds, no score. Well, there it is, half-time in the Fisher Cup. Barmera Monash lead, 6-7-43. Berri, 4-2-26. We'll go around the grounds and get a full update because we have a ripping second half to come here at Berri. Yes, thank you, Trevor Scott. We've got a great contest here, the Fisher Cup 2025. Barmera Monash leading the Berri Demons 6-7-43, Berri 4-2-26. Berri have had their chances, and I'm looking forward to a big second half. Nobby Norton, your thoughts?
Well, at the moment, Lockie, it's Barmera with the control of the game. If Berri are going to keep the Fisher Cup here at headquarters, they're going to have to do a little bit more in this half. I'm expecting perhaps they need a little bit more help up forward for Darcy Minchella. Goal kickers for both sides going through the Barmera Monash side. Steve Burton with 2 goals, been very lively at half forward. Singles to Jack Austin, Max Petrolo, Chris Bonney and Tyler Whitbourne. For Berri, 3 goals to Darcy Minchella, has been the most dominant forward on the ground, and a single to Matthew Benson. I'm thinking if Berri are to win this and keep the Fisher Cup, they'll need a big second half from Tyson Lindsay. But he's the sort of player that in a quarter, 10 minutes, he can turn a game.
That's what we like to see. Umpire with the ball, about to get this one underway. Puts the ball up to get that siren going, and it's great to hear the old-style siren still alive and well. Here at headquarters, good ball up. Oh, great tap from Brodie Thompson. Ma ran onto it for Berri, up to half forward. Minchella couldn't quite pick it up off the deck, but Berri work it forward still. Up to a left forward pocket. That was McRae. Barmera trying to clear this one out now, and a good bit of play there from Fraser Sampson.
Sampson shoots the ball across onto the wing, finds a teammate on the far side. I think that might be Rory Moore out there. Not sure. Goes short. Ball comes back across on the switch to Justin Bonney, who drives it straight down the middle, looking for and finding on a lead, but can't quite reel it in. I reckon that was Druggermuller, was it?
Now it's more inside attacking 50 for Barmera Monash. Chris Bonney couldn't mark it. Shay Hawkins for Berri trying to desperately clear this one out. Geordie Franks now in defence. Got a foot on it just, but umpire I think has called incorrect disposal.
What had happened is the umpire thought he'd incorrectly disposed of it, and he kind of threw it up in the air, but he got his boot on it before he hit the ground. So that's a kick. So that's correct disposal. So the umpire had to call the ball back because he'd made a blue. Yeah. And he's now going to ball it up. So which is good umpiring, by the way. Bad umpiring, but good recovery.
Yeah, a little bit, maybe half a second early on the whistle. But anyway, and you're right. 9 times out of 10, that would have just fallen to the ground.
Yeah, but he had the. But you got to remember, Geordie knows how to play the other round ball game.
Oh, true.
So soccer's in his setup.
Ball up, inside attacking 50 for Barmera Monash. Berri trying to
hold from over the ball, but
there, yeah.
Can't get it clear.
So just on coming up to the 2-minute mark, third quarter, a bit of little push and shove going on there. I'd say it's very tokenistic at best.
Yeah, just
tap backwards from Thompson to Rosenzweig. We've seen that a bit today and it's worked. Kick into the square.
Minchella, Darcy.
Now Patrick Minchella. Good kick down the wing, but no one wanted it. Mitchell for Berri, Barmera was onto it, and now Barmera go on the attack through the middle. It's a wobbly old kick through the centre. Max Petrola again. He ran over the top, somewhat pushed, but umpire says play on.
I noticed in the last centre start, Lockie, that Berri had all their half forwards right up high, leaving Lindsay one out in the goal scorer. Be interesting to see how they bring him into the game, because they need to.
And Petrola again out of the ball up. Good kick away, inside attacking 50 on the right forward pocket. Umpire will ball it up. Another stoppage. So inside 50 again for Barmera Monash.
Some of those Barmera young guns got a touch of pace, haven't they? Ogle and also Petrole got a bit of pace when they get going, haven't they?
Umpire has. So that's been a kick out of the There's been a free kick play paid by the non-officiating umpire. He saw something behind the play. Burton's with the free kick for Barmera Monash. So.
Yeah, solid contributor for Barmera all day. Kicked 2 goals already today.
I think it might have been a hold when the ball was getting thrown up.
He's kicked 2 already, Steve Burton, and lining up for his third. He's been dangerous up forward for Barmera without John O'Beach in the side today.
Kicking to the town end, 45-degree angle.
He likes it.
Off the boot. He's kicked it.
That's his third. First of the second half takes Barmera out to a 7-7 49 lead over Berri, 4-2-26.
23 points the margin.
They're starting to sneak out to a margin that might have the game in their keeping almost, but early days in the second half.
We've seen Berri this year, if you look at all of their games, they've been with sides a lot. They've never really been able to catch up. They've been able to stay with sides a lot, and even, reigning premiers Renmark until three-quarter time, but I'm not sure.
Burton's got an ungainly kicking action, but a very straight kick.
So realistically, we're talking 4 goals the margin here.
Yep. When you've only kicked 4 for the match, that becomes a task.
So ball up, back in the centre. Thompson and Austin again do the ruck work. Paddled forward. Berri try to work this through, and great bit of play there from the young Barmera Monash. Tyler Whitbourne, yeah. Now Barmera Monash across half back. It was a wobbly old kick, but it found Justin Bonney. It goes on a bit of a zigzag approach through the middle.
Lovely kick finds Jack Austin right in the middle of the ground. Justin Bonney started to become an attacking weapon off half back for Barmera.
Kicks it to the right forward pocket. Barmera Monash, couple of quick handballs. Wilden drives along looking for Chris Bonney. No clean possession as yet. Rosenzweig in there for Berri to mop things up, and umpire says my ball. The ball up, 15 out. Barmera goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. And I tell you what, one more goal lock in, it'll become a task that I don't think Berri can overcome, but they're at it hard still.
Still inside, attacking 50.
Lucky misses.
Minor score.
7-8-50 plays Berri 4-2-26 on the Berri Better scoreboard.
They've got a conversion rate less than 50% at the moment, Barmera Monash. That would be concerning.
Yeah. Kick comes out to half-back for Berri. Takes the mark. I reckon that's Adam Langford out there. Drives it up the wing but can't find a teammate.
There's Lloyd for Berri. Trying to shark the footy. He dragged it back in somewhat. Umpire says my ball. So a ball up on the eastern wing here at Riverland Football League headquarters in Berri. 5RM Riverland Football from McDonald's Renmark. Lovely ball up. Oh, good jump from Minchella now in the ruck. He taps a second tap at it, but Barmera Monash, they know how to find it. Yeah, that was Bonney, Justin Bonney again on half back.
Yeah, that was Whitbourne, shot the ball across to him. They quickly moved the ball, this time wielding it almost in the middle of the ground. Goes direct down half forward, goes to Max Petrolo, sitting under the ball on his own but couldn't reel it in. Austin sharks it, shoots it out towards... This found Max Petrolo cut out but picked up in the goal square and hold by. I reckon that's Warnett has goaled that one.
Yeah, that was number 9. Lucas Warnett. So another goal for Barmera Monash.
And Warnett's got that on his non-preferred kicking leg. That was on his right foot, and don't often see him go that side, but had to. It was quick movement of the footy again, and the guy creating the havoc was Matthew Watke again. He's high up in Barmera's best players today.
So that takes it out to 8-8-50 on the Berri Better scoreboard. 56 plays at Berri 4-2-26, 30 points the margin now. Berri going to have to do something here. I'm not sure what that is of yet. Just looking at the Berri bench.
Some of their smaller, faster players have struggled to get a hold of the ball and move it quickly. And I'm talking about Moroney and Lloyd. Been unable to get hold of the footy and move it quickly, whereas the opposition, in terms of guys like Watke, Ogle, and also Tyler Whitbourne have been quite quick around the footy and got the full forward.
Good tap from Jack Austin for Barmera Monash. Really getting a handle on this game. Umpire's called too high, so it'll be a free kick to Watke in the middle for Barmera Monash.
Yeah, not frightened to put his head in over the footy, Matthew Watke. This time he plays on out of the middle, drives it straight down the middle, looking forward but couldn't find his teammate in Fraser Douglas there, but the ball rebounds out of half-back for Berri and shoot it forward. This time to Darcy Minchella. Can't get a handle on it.
Umpires.
McRae didn't have it. But Minchella didn't have it. He's been held. Takes the free kick at half forward.
Pops it inside 50. Looking for Lindsay, but great mark from Mitchell for Barmera Monash. Great defensive mind in the back lines, and maybe a contender for defender of the day.
Well, he's managed to keep Lindsay there. Lindsay's off the scoreboard at the moment. Hasn't hit it at all. So it's a pretty good effort. Solid effort from him.
We saw him do that against Nick Gillard from Renmark too.
Yeah, into Fraser Sampson. He plays on with it quickly. Finds, it's not Butterworth, it's Cohen Harris at half-back. Crosses across towards Ogle. He looks up.
That's Ricketts now. Drives it long, but Holtham on half-back for Berri. Picks it up off the deck. Gets a small kick away, not quite 15, but umpire might have been 15 feet anyway. That was Lloyd with the mark.
Yeah. Looks back for Holtham, who ran on, but he couldn't get there. Barmera take control of the ball. Comes back into Fraser Douglas in the middle. Crosses across towards Steve Burton. He's come all the way up under the wing. On he goes, looking for a teammate out wide. Can't get to him, can't get the ball to him. Picks it up, snaps it forward towards DeMott. Handball, Jacob Grieger. Ooh, turns it over, short kicking in the back line.
Now, Berri Rosenzweig again, just a kick and hope, and it's found Wilden for Barmera Monash in the middle. He gets a kick. It's a shocking
wonderfully
kick.
Controlled, though, by...
Doesn't matter, because Thomas Austin managed to read it off the deck. Umpire's called, holding the ball.
That'll be a free kick to Minchella Patrick. Ball without it.
And that was Austin.
They've got just a nice little bit of money in those Minchella lads, haven't they? They don't mind getting a little bit assertive. Smothered off the boot by Thomas Austin, who drives it forward.
Kicks to the pocket, still with the footy. Now it's Drugamoa doing a bit of basketball, hands off. Kicks in Gordon.
What a wonderful kick.
Warnett again. He'll go for a kick, a set shot, 35 out on a 25-degree angle.
Gee, to quote the late, great Tony Gregg in a different sport, that was like a tracer bullet, Lockie, off half forward.
Yeah.
Didn't go above shoulder height and hit Warnett right on the chest.
So Warnett, he kicked the last goal for Barmera Monash.
Lines up for 2 in a row. Onto his left foot. Just misses wide to the... Hang on, the lights, and he's bent it back.
So it didn't look like a goal from here, but angles can be deceiving. Barmera Monash take the lead out to 36 points, 62 plays, 26 on the Berri Better scoreboard. Berri need to find something soon. 10 minutes played.
Yeah, it's an interesting game, Lockie, and I'm looking at some of the goal kickers, and there's been 3 players today. Here's a little bit of a statistic for you. There's been 3 players who've kicked running goals in the game. When I say running goals, consecutive goals. Darcy Minchella kicked 2 early in the game, and the last 4 goals, Steve Burton's kicked 2 in a row, and now Warnett's kicked 2 in a row.
Who will be the next one to get 2 in a row? If you're a Berri supporter, you hope it'd be someone from the Demons.
Well, it could be someone getting 3 in a row in Warnett.
Oh, Brody Thompson out of the middle for Berri, bombs it into the attacking 50, but intercepts from Fraser Sampson, the Barmera Monash coach, who gets the old spot-out kick wide. And now the ball on.
Took Tyson Whitbourne, I reckon. It's Tyler Whitbourne.
Far wing. They all fly up. Punch forward. Geordie Franks for Berri. Gathers it. Rebounds. Kicks. No one able to mark it. It was Minchella was the target. Inside attacking 50. Going for Lindsay, but that's missed the lops. I reckon that's a
be a free kick to Barmera for last disposal. Minchella keeping a handle on the ball there, wasn't he? Went up to the mark, recovered his own crumb and drove it forward. That's Jack Albrecht bringing that ball back into play, but chopped out by Minchella, who'll go back for a shot on goal. He'll kick this from about 45 metres. I don't think distance will be a problem for him. Going towards the river end.
He is sparked from somewhere.
Yeah. Already with 3 goals today, and probably really the only Berri forward doing any damage on the scoreboard. As he comes in for this one. A slow approach, gets it on the boot.
That's a good kick.
Distance, no problem. Accuracy, no problem. And that's a goal for Berri. A much needed goal takes them to 5-2-32. Trailing Barmera Monash at 6-8-62. 5-goal margin here on the Berri Better scoreboard, halfway through the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they're going to need a couple more before 3-quarter time, but the Demons aren't done yet. Is it worth putting Minchella in the middle? I know he's been the only real avenue to goal, but...
Well, the only problem is, Lockie, he can't kick it to himself.
No,
that'll be the problem for him.
I'm thinking of resting Brody Thompson to probably still clunk a mark in the forward lines.
Yeah, I think where they're at the moment is that they're working on pegging back this margin, and Minchella's a dangerous forward, but I see Barmera have made sure they've spread their defenders out again, not giving him an easy flight at it.
Back in the middle it goes. Berri can't quite get the clearance. Maroney now picks it up off the deck. Kicks inside attacking 50. Umpire has called
downfield. And he's the player I was calling for a bit more from, Rory Moroney. You see how dangerous he is when he grabs hold of it.
Yeah, back into the side today after a week or two out, so good to see. Of course, they are missing Regan Kruger today after last week.
Yep, the 3-4-5 combination of Patrick Minchella, Rory Moroney and Regan Kruger. Now, shot for goal here for Tyson Lindsay from the downfield free kick. You say an important shot at goal?
Oh, very. This is vital.
Yep.
So kicking from, let's say, 30 out on a 30-degree angle to the right.
Needs to start this on the right-hand post and just wobble it.
Kicks to the Riverland.
Oh, touched off the mark.
It's a bit of a shocking kick, but Berri might have another bite at this one. He's taken it. Oh, it's not paid. Touched play on's the kill, and we'll get it ball up.
Now, Lockie, when I was playing junior football, if you ever got a kick smothered off the boot, it meant you weren't pushing back off the mark hard enough back in the day, and it meant a couple laps of running the oval backwards.
Ball up. Lindsay tries to pick it up again. How'd you go running backwards? Barmera Monash cleared this one out. Oh, it's a wobbly old kick. Skill starting to drop a bit in this game. Was
out of bounds on the full on centre wing.
Lucas Warnetts bobbed that one out.
Free kick to Berry's Jordan Marr here. No, back to Brad Rosenzweig.
Must have been the closest player to where it bobbed out of bounds. So pops it inboard, finds Holtham. The
had a bit of it today,
broadcast grandstand wing at Berri, 5RM Riverland football, McDonald's Renmark.
Yeah, backline's absolutely no one past centre for Barmera, so everyone in the back play.
Pops it up to the 50, goes over the back, and Barmera Monash, like a swarm of bees, have got numbers.
Ooh.
But saying that, the killer wasp, Berri might think otherwise. Now wobbling towards the boundary. There's Hawkins, needs a big quarter from him. Wobbles out of bounds through the hands of Langford and will get a ball in. Broadcast wing here at Berri.
Hawkins thought he'd got rid of the ball and was grabbed afterwards, looked around towards the ump, but the ump said no play on it. It was part of the play. In it comes from the boundary throw, and the ump getting ready. In a couple, gives it a heave up in the air. Up go the ruckman. Thompson tries to reach over for it.
Moroney scrambling for it. There's Warnett. Getting more into this game. Holtham now for Berri. Gets it out of bounds. He was searching for that boundary line. Umpire says throw it in.
Yeah, umpire was where his side thought he made a fair effort. Couldn't get it clear. Another boundary throw in right here in front of the grandstand.
Bonnie now doing the ruck work for Barmera Monash. Langford was the one with it. Dived on it. We're getting the ball up. It's crucial 5 minutes of the game here at 5RM Riverland football.
It's almost like Berri need this next goal to just have half a chance of finishing home.
62 plays, 32 currently. Barmera Monash with the lead.
They're working hard to get it out.
Langford just bombs it. For Berri. Tackled. Oh! Into the fence. And what is umpire going to say here? Ball it in?
Yeah, McRae. It was sort of like throwing into the turnbuckle if you're looking at WWE.
Yeah. Didn't look good. Barmera Monash supporters in front of us are getting a bit more passionate.
Yep. First time the ball's been on this side for a while.
Maybe that's why they're getting passionate. A tap over the back from Bonnie, but it didn't go that far. Berri trying to work this one forward. It's a little bit like State of Origin Rugby League for a moment here.
Yeah, sure.
Rolling stoppages galore.
Yeah. Durden back into the ruck in his first game for the Demons. Up he goes. Oh, pushed out of it by Bonnie, but play on.
Grieger tried to bomb it through the wall, but it was Barmera Monash that brought it inboard. Hang on a minute. Here's DeMott for Berri. Paddles it to a bit of space. This guy's got the speed. Picks it up off the deck. Kicks inside 50. Over the back. Play on's the call. Berri look hungry. There's Patrick Minchella. Can they salvage something here? There's enough hands on it. Umpire Tony Florence is called holding on, and it's going to go to Barmera.
Yeah, it was after Sampson got rid of the footy. He was held on to after he disposed of it. Looks up, finds out Trent Ogle on a short kick. He looks up with no obvious outlet. Although he goes wide, Barmera Monash style, finds Sam Butterworth in the back pocket, the Barmera Monash captain. It's everywhere, always, the Barmera guys are always looking for that outlet pass wide, aren't they? There's always someone there.
5RM Riverland football. Yeah, it is a hallmark of Barmera's game.
Oh, boundary ump, not really well sided there. Warnett claims the mark and paid the mark. Goes down the line to Thomas Austin. He's had a fair game today. He's given Barmera plenty around the middle of the ground. He looks up, got Warnett short again, but goes further than that. Towards half forward. Thompson back with one arm up. Out comes Benson, looks up, goes short. Finds a teammate in Jacob Grieger. He plays on straight away. Drives Brett Berri forward.
Wheels it around. Sampson now to Ogle for Barmera Monash. They're good in defence. Butterworth goes to centre the ball. Dangerous kick, but not for Barmera Monash. They do this stuff every day of the week.
Again. Been a driving force off half-back. Looks back up, finds Sampson. Looks to play on, but then goes back and takes his kick. He looked at Thomas Austin. Now he goes short. Picks up Justin Bonney. He's had a power of the ball today off half-back.
He could feature in the top three this afternoon. We'll keep you up to date with that. But finds it only goes as far as Rosenzweig for Berri.
Another one
on half-back. They're going to need at least one goal before three-quarter time for me. Is there any hope in this fourth quarter?
30 points is going to be way too much to reel in.
24 is more sellable than 30.
Oh,
and also dangerous kick. And as I say, that Barmera Monash, they go in attacking 50, but there's no one home. Mopped up by Shea Hawkins, the Berri captain, who just drills it wide to the clubroom side. A couple of quick handballs. There's Grieger through the middle. Oh, lovely kick. Finds McRae, yeah. So Berri is still hungry.
Another handball. Ball goes in long and quick. Looking for Menchella. Off hands.
There's Benson. Wheels around the corner. A wobbly old kick away, and that's gone out of bounds on the full, has it?
Yeah,
it has.
Last disposal anyway. Game of opportunity not quite taken here. If that ball had fallen a bit short, Lindsay was clear. Up goes Moroney. Can't get there in time. Ball comes out by Tyler Whitbourne again, is it? No.
Yeah. It's Moornet. Wobbles out of bounds. Langford for Berri. Salvages something, and we get a ball in on the broadcast side.
It was Justin Bonney again. Pocket. Unusual for him to not waste a kick. But
62 plays 30. If you're just joining us this afternoon, Barmera Monash with the lead.
I guess the telltale thing is there's 17 shots to 7, Lockie, and that tells you a little bit about Barmera's dominance so far.
Good tap from Durden to himself in the ruck for Berri. Finds Langford. Langford gets a kick out of nowhere. Inboard, not quite mopped up. Benson for Berri now. Tries to soccer off the ground. Still in attacking 50. Trying to salvage something here desperately. Berri are working this one forward. Barmera Monash, Butterworth with it now. Goes to ground and will get a ball up.
Wrapped up on the back lines, on the 50-metre line, right in front of the scoreboard.
Into time on 21 minutes played.
The scoreboard, which is showing Barmera Monash leading by 30 points on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Ball up. Austin takes it unopposed. That winter chill just starting to set in on the Berri Oval this afternoon.
Yep, plenty. No one in front of centre for either team going towards the town end.
Still in attacking 50 for Berri. Umpire has seen something, and there's going to be a free kick paid.
And this is how Barmera like it. 5 goals up, now able to exercise their defensive mode, which we know they're good at.
So it's Berri with the free, and they might get a 25-metre penalty here.
Geordie Franks.
It's Geordie Franks and Sam Butterworth. Bit of an unlikely little duel there.
Yeah, unlikely that Geordie would hit the deck either, too, those two.
But, bit of a funny stoush, to say the least.
Rory Moroney with a shot on goal from the 50-metre line. Won't make the distance. Through it goes for a behind rush. Takes the score to Berri 5-3-33, trailing Barmera Monash 9-8-62, a 29-point margin to the Roos.
Yeah, Geordie now just... it's almost like he's been given a run-with job with Butterworth for a moment there. But anyway, so Barmera Monash with the kick out, 22 or nearly 23 minutes played. Third quarter Riverland footy on 5 room. McDonald's Benmark brings the ball, the broadcast wing, and finds Butterworth. He takes the mark.
Yeah, Berri playing a zone there, and Butterworth able to get free of him. Through the middle, almost came. Justin Bonney again.
Goes inboard, couple of
edging
handballs.
His way up the best player list.
Wobbles towards the attacking 50. Now it's Barmera Monash through the middle, looking for Bonney. Chris couldn't quite mark it. Hands over the back to Burton. Burton now running at goals. He slots it, and that could be the very better goal of the day.
Tell you what, Lockie, that could be putting him with a medal around his neck in the Fisher Cup too. 4 goals today for Steve Burton.
35 points the margin.
Yep. I've got Tell you what, I've got a couple. I'm sort of narrowing it down with a quarter to go. I've got to start working on this, Lockie, and I'm thinking Barmera Monash are going to win the game, so I'm starting to look at some of their better players as potentially the medalists today.
Well, that is going to be a big one for the judges this afternoon, the Fisher Cup medal, of course.
Got some of the Fisher family sitting down in front of us here.
I was just going to say that it always is good when you see the cups presented by the families. That these we're very lucky the Riverland Football League has these trophies that are handed out each year. So just checking the scoreboard again, 68 plays at 33, 35 points to the margin. Barmera Monash with the lead, coming up close to three-quarter time. And Whitekey from Barmera Monash with the clearance, bombs it inside 50, hit the deck short. Berri still scrambling to pick this one up. So they're going to get beaten to the ball by Patrolway. He's got the wheels, turns, pops it inside 50. That's a 9-iron kick. Get under that, good luck. And now it's Burton again, running a goal from the pocket.
Goal number 5, he likes it.
Slots another one.
And Lockie to continue the trend, 2 goals in a row yet again from another player.
Takes the lead out to 41 points, 11 goals for the game, Barmera Monash.
And just to keep you guessing, twice by Steve Burton in this game he's kicked consecutive goals.
Could he do the hat-trick? I must check some historic scores, but I reckon this could be Barmera Monash's biggest score for the year.
With a quarter to go, I can tell you what the race is on for BOG, and I can give you the three players vying together for it. Matthew Whitekey's had a great solid 4 quarters, got that last ball out of the middle. Justin Bonney off half-back's been almost the most creative player up from them. And of course Steve Burton across half-forward with 5 goals.
It's hard to dispute.
There's your podium. I just don't know which order they're going to finish in.
Back to the middle it goes. Still got a whole other quarter of this game to work it out. But it's Barmera Monash again. And this Austin gets
he's had a fair game as well.
Gets it. Berri on half-back. Rosenzweig, probably one of Berri's best today. Handballs to Langford. There it is. Three-quarter time. It's Barmera Monash with a 41-point lead. We will go around the grounds very quickly here at 5RM Riverland Football and come back with a big fourth quarter. Thank you, Trevor Scott. Yes, teams now just dispersing after the last coach's address this afternoon. Berri with a fair task on their hands. They trail going into this fourth quarter. It was a big third quarter from Barmera Monash, Nobby Norton.
It certainly was, Lockie, and if they weren't in control of the game at half-time, they well and truly are now. And look, quickly, goal kickers for Barmera Monash. Steve Burton has 5 of the 11 goals for Barmera Monash, picking up 2 in that quarter again. Lucas Warnett with 2 goals in that quarter as well, and singles to Tyler Whitbourne, Chris Bonney, Max Petrole and Jack Austin. For Berri, pretty much a lone hand up forward by Darcy Minchella with 4, and a single to Matthew Benson.
Yeah, timekeepers trying to blow the siren to get the crowd to leave. They just want to check it out, which is what it's all about. It's a bit like cricket in the 70s here, Nobby, where you see the crowd on the field.
Yep.
Oh, well, maybe you get the game underway. That'd be a bit of excitement. In all seriousness, though, it is the Fisher Cup. We will be following the game and seeing who might pick up the medal for the...
Well, I've narrowed it down to 3 players, and this quarter will tell all.
Well, here it is, fourth quarter underway, back in the middle. Good tap from the Berri Demons. Shark in the footy. A very tight season. A couple of goals can make a very big difference when it comes to percentage at the end of the year.
Well, we saw it, Lockie. Bottom side pair, the Loxton North are on the same wins as the third side. So you're right. If percentage is going to be ever any value to a team, this year's the one.
So you've got to have honourable losses where you can.
Which Loxton North are doing at Renmark, as we hear.
Yeah, the tap didn't go too far. Ma for Berri. He's been serviceable today, and he's going to get the free too high. Berri's Barmera supporters not happy with that.
Douglas was in over the top, quickly off the ball went.
He's cooked the kick to Safralides, but he manages to get a hand on it. To Hawkins, it was a wild handball to Holtham. A handball through the legs. He's called a throw. I reckon that might have been a handball, but it looked unconventional.
To be honest with you, I don't know. I've never seen anyone handball between their legs behind them, so it's more like tunnel ball.
The rebound kicks found Max Petrole, who might have a late charge at that medal, Nobby.
Yeah, not saying he didn't handball it through his legs backwards behind him, but I would think it would be the degree of difficulty would be very high on that one.
Maybe the umpire said we don't want to see that introduced into the game.
No.
We'll nip that one out straight away.
And he has.
So Max Petrole kicks from 40 out, gives it a good roost.
They like
spots it.
That's his second goal for the day, and Barmera Monash is 12. Takes him to 12-8-80, leading Berri 5-3-33 by 47 points on the Berri Better scoreboard.
Could be on for their biggest win for the year. They got a 60-point win in round one.
So you're thinking it's opened the floodgates here?
I think it could be their kick into the Riverland, which has been somewhat of the scoring end of this.
And you've got to be thinking that after 2 solid wins, Berri need to fight back here and preserve that percentage, because, you know, at the end of this game, they could find themselves slipping to the bottom of the ladder, because we know North are hanging on up at Renmark.
Yeah, if that margin could, if North can, you know, well, possibly jag a win or maybe get a narrow loss, who knows?
For a narrow loss against some of the top sides is going to be important to making the 4. Out of the middle comes Butterworth this time. Oh, no, not Butterworth. Burton. It was Burton again.
Rosenzweig on halfback for Berri.
All 3.
Battling hard for Berri. Rosenzweig again.
Yeah. It's the regular suspects for Berri that have put in. They just haven't had enough help around, have they?
I think we might have to bring in a new award this afternoon.
What's that?
And it's best for the losing side.
Oh, I can give you that.
All right.
There he goes there, getting the kick out of the middle.
Don't tell anyone who it is, because we'll save that for the rest of the game. But
Got 47 points here at the Berri Oval on the Berri Better scoreboard. Out of the middle comes Patrick Mincelli. He's at a fair go. Can he bring up a handful?
what we see here, he's got it, as you mentioned, on a fair angle. No, fair distance. Short, narrow angle.
Distance not the problem. Gee whiz, he's all it is. It's dropping short. He roosted it. Was a bit of a 7-iron instead of the driver he got out there. Ball up in the 20 metres out from the Berri goal. Jordan might have copped a little bit of treatment there. He's still holding his nose. He's still telling the ump, I got one in the nose. And now the ump understands that because he's asking him to leave the field.
So it's a blood rule.
With a blood rule.
the fundamental rules of an interchange.
Matter of fact, it's almost got to come back to where the player was, unless he waves off otherwise, and that's what umpire's looking for. He's waiting for him to come back onto the ground and take... Oh, he's waiting for Franks to leave the field, which he has now. Tony Dragono to take the free kick for Barmera Monash, looks up, spears it into his coach, Fraser Sampson, who takes the mark at half-back.
Now, Fraser Sampson, they're going to walk across the line. No, they're going to go down the line instead. They go on the longitudinal path.
Nice mark over the back by Safralides. He's done his bit today, the veteran. Looks up, gets it into the middle to Penaluna. The switch is on.
Looking around for who of our young gun.
From Barmera, they absorbed all the Berri pressure and they've had to go back. Oh, that scoreboard's not right for me, Lockie. How are you going with
I've got 13-8, 86 to Berri, 5-4-34.
And all of a sudden it's turned into 7-3-34 on the scoreboard.
Minchella's kicked 4
Yep.
and Benson kicked 1.
Correct.
For Berri. That's all I've got.
That's same.
It's a tough one running a scoreboard in Riverland footy this year, as we've found out. Anyway, back in the middle it is. Roy Moroney trying to get a bit of confidence out of this one for a big season ahead still. And I mean, for Berri, it's been a good run for the last 5 weeks. And unfortunately, it's sort of come a little bit unstuck today. But there's still a lot of positive signs I can take out of this one. So
For sure, Lockie. I'm just going
through the middle. Over the back. Mitch Folds.
That wasn't a bad goal.
Maybe a goal of the day contender on other days, but not too sure just yet. We'll go around the grounds at full time. Of course, twilight game going on at Loxton tonight. It's underway as we speak. The Loxton Tigers hosting the Wakery Magpies. A crucial game. Really, I've forgotten a little bit about that this afternoon, to be honest. But
86 plays 40 here at the Berri Oval. A comfortable lead to the Barmera Monash Roos, who are odds on to take the cup back to the Lakeside after giving it up in the last game of last year. These two players played.
5-0 in Riverland football. They'll take the cup back down the Old Sturt Highway. If it survives the bumps, it'll get to the Lakeside.
Yeah,
It's like that one, Nobby.
Yeah, I liked it. Rosenzweig up into the middle. He's done plenty, but now they're saying, can you come up into the middle and help us out, Brad? Ball comes out of that ruck hit out.
Moroney for Berri. He's battling hard. It's been an interesting one for him, Moroney. Today.
86, unfortunately trailing the Barmera Monash Roos 13-8, 86 by 40 points here deep into the last quarter at the Berri Oval.
So a good goal and salvaging a little bit of pride at the latter part of this game, but it really has been Barmera Monash's day.
Yeah, a really good effort by Darcy Minchella up forward. He's been their lone hand.
We'll go around the grounds at the end of the game. Back to the middle it goes. 14 minutes played. Fourth quarter Riverland footy on 5RM. Here's Butterworth. Gets a kick away to the broadcast wing in front of Warnett. Goes back in board. Just pops it up in front. Get under that. And that was a great defensive mark from Evan Penaluna. Maybe that could be a mark of the day contender there.
Former Berri skipper looks up but turns it over towards Ogle, who socketed it. Did he have... Yes, he had is that last possession when you kick the ball without grabbing it? Do you really have possession of it?
Could be. Oh, it's a bit of a unique interpretation. Couple of quick handballs through Langford back to Hawkins. Now to a contest, spills forward. Safrolides gets a wobbly old kick away. McCray.
About, you know where the difference has been today, Lockie? Where Barmera have used the ball off half-back, and I'm talking about Justin Bonney, I'm talking about Fraser Sampson, and sometimes Sam Butterworth have used the ball much better off half-back. Jake Eagle shoots the ball.
Could be crucial to the end of the year, as we all know.
Lindsay is yet to trouble the scorer today. Lines up from 40 out. Gives it a ride. Kicks straight. Kicks long. Kicks truly. Kicks his first goal of the match. Tyson Lindsay. And kicks Berri's 8th goal, taking them to 8-4-52, trailing Barmera Monash 13-8, 86 by 34 points.
So, another goal to Berri, and I mean, you'd hate to think what could have happened if maybe this little run of goals happened, say, 15 minutes earlier.
Yeah, as it turns out, the 5-goal to 1 third quarter effort from Barmera Monash has pretty much iced the game after they took a 17-point lead into the long break. But to their credit, the Demons are not turning up their toes, they're having a go. Rosenzweig into the middle. Up goes Thompson, looks for Rosenzweig, but he can't get his hands on it. Lucky with the handball to a teammate. Up forward goes Barmera towards the goal square, but rushed through for a behind, taking Barmera to 13-9, 87, leading Berri 8-4.
Great bit of work there from the young number 20, Joe Ricketts from Barmera Monash.
Oh, good mark there. This mark's taken by, I think, Bonnie at half-back again. Looks up.
$25-metre penalty paid.
Patrick Minchell, this will bring him nearly in range after the last goal he kicked. He's going to kick this, the man standing the mark's right on the 50, which means he's got to kick at 55. He won't try. He looks for the pass towards Lindsay. He's 2-on-1. The ball belted out of his hands and across the boundary line for a boundary throw in the clubbering forward pocket heading towards the town end as the RFLW girls warm up here in front of us, Lockie.
Yeah, great to see. Riverland women's footy underway tonight here at Berri. Must be a big night here at the Berri Football Club regardless.
35-point lead to the to 12 from Berri, so they've dominated.
I've said it a few times. But I reckon the Berri Oval is almost
shoots it across. Guess who at half-back, Lockie? Justin Bonney again. Looks up.
We'll be going around the grounds.
To Butterworth, to Joey Ricketts at half-back. Joey looks up, finds Matt Wilden on the half-back line, the centre wing. That's 4 kicks to move the ball 10 metres closer to goal. But Barmera don't care. They keep possession. That's the game they play.
So Wilden now. It's a small kick.
Back to Joey Ricketts. Padding the stats sheet, these guys, at the moment.
Oh, a wobbly old kick inboard, the old short 45. It's all the rage these days. Jay Hawkins for Berri, pops it to Langford. He's had a bit of a serviceable afternoon in defence.
Yeah, plenty of it. Goes short with a daisy cutter, but who should he find? Matt Lucky finishing the game as strongly as he started it.
Douglas
to
Warnett, inside 50. That could roll through. It's rolling, it's not going to make it.
Right, chopped out by Hugo Krieger. Tries to rebound it. Handballs across to a teammate who is dumped after he kicks it. But a nice mark taken out there by, I reckon it's Safrolides anyway. He'll take the free kick at half-back for Berri. Looks up, shoots it across to Geordie Franks. No close to goal, but in the middle. Finds a nice kick to Rory Moroney, who's coming down from the middle at half-back. Up on the wing. It's keepings off here, isn't it, from both sides?
Yeah, it's a bit of a nothing one now. 21 and a half minutes played. Up to half forward. Umpire's seen something and there's been a free kick paid.
Yeah, the free kick will be taken at half forward by, is it? That's a penalty. Wing, looks up, gets dumped after he kicked it, but the ball was taken by Hayden Johns. He takes the kick, looks up, checks into the middle, finds Jackie Albrick at half-back. Guess again, he shoots it across, gets Justin Bonney on with a handball.
And Barmera Monash go the old sideways again.
Steve Burton gets another touch. Joe Ricketts with the ball at half-back for Barmera, looks up, but it's all Berri up here. Through comes Thompson, can't get a handle on it. To Edgell, to Safrolides, another handball looking for Brad Rosenzweig. He's out on the wing. He looks up, handballs back to Safrolides, who kicks it down the wing and almost gets Callan Lloyd, but he gets wrapped up, and that'll be a ball up on centre wing in front of the headquarter building.
This is 5-hour in Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark. Only a few moments left to play. 23 minutes gone.
35-point margin to Barmera Monash.
The lights are on at Riverland Football League headquarters. Boom. A kick away up to half forward for Berri. Rolls over the back. Has a foot race on, but it's all Barmera Monash. Sam Butterworth. When everyone gets tired at the end of the game, the fit players get the ball more, and he's one of them.
Kicking towards Watke. He's still going. Another free kick to Matthew Watke. Always got his head over the footy. Gee whiz, Lockie's making my decision pretty hard here. He started the game great. He was their best player at quarter time, and he's finishing strongly.
I've got a few other awards to work out today too. We've got the young charger.
Warnett on the wing, on the left foot for Barmera, drives it forward over the back of the pack. .88 leading Berri 8-4-52 by the even 6 goals or 36 points.
They've got their conversion rate above 50% now, Barmera Monash, which they would be happy for, but still not great. So Berri bring the ball back in. 5-hour Riverland football from McDonald's Renmark. Rosenzweig on half-back. Can there be one last bit in this game to go? The Fisher Cup for 2025.
Moroney tries to get it forward, but gets tackled. Ball comes back to Barmera. Wilden now starting to really work into this game right at the end. Dominating. Up the ball goes into the Barmera forward lines. Heap of Berri demons around the footy. That'll be what have we got here? We've got a free kick to Berri. Looks like it might have been incorrect disposal from Barmera Monash. And that's it. That's the end of the game, which sees Barmera Monash regain the Fisher Cup 13-10-88 to Berri, 8-4-52, a 6-goal win to Barmera Monash in a very, very entertaining game of footy.
It's been a great day here at Riverland Football League headquarters. We'll take a quick break. When we return, the presentations will be underway. We'll go through big awards, but all we can say is it's a good day to be a Roo in Berri because the Demons weren't around today. We'll go back to Trevor Scott. Trevor, the Demons have been sleeping today, my good friend.